know you like I know you. Baby, they can't love you like I can. They don't know you the way I know you. They won't ever understand.
She can love you like I can.
I know you. Baby, they can't love you like I can. They don't know you the way I know you. They won't ever understand.
She can love you like I can. Like I can. Like I can. Like I can. They can do it like I can. Like I can. They can do it like I can. Even if they try. Cause they come from inside. Why you try to hide me? Try to hit me. They became my enemy. Or a friend of me. You tried to deceive me. Don't know what to believe. Want you to win my heart. And everything above. You're like the stars in the sky. You make me feel right. Cause I wanna feel you tonight. I want you
What's
to win
good?
my love. I want you to win my heart.
What's up?
Want you to win everything. Everything above. I want you to win my love. I want you to win my heart. I want you to win the sky and the stars.
What's good, everybody? What's up? What's up?
Cause baby, it's
Get on in here. Get on in here. Get on in here. Let's go.
But you gotta trust your guy.
How are y'all doing today, man? How are y'all doing today? Thank you, Unstoppable. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? I want to make sure y'all can hear me. Yep.
Stars. Like baby, what's the cause?
Let's go.
Baby, what's the cause?
Let's go.
I'm catching up with boys. Catching up with boys. They gon' try to tear us off. Baby, oh. Are you feeling high? Are you feeling high? Feeling faded tonight. I'm feeling faded tonight. Baby, when you lost it, I'm the magic in the box.
What's good? What's good,
I'm the
everybody?
reason that you're seeing the light. I wouldn't try crossing me. You play with the devil. I'll bury you with the shovel. Going 6 feet deep.
Let's go.
Lost it, right? Baby, when
Let me let the
you
world
lost
know
it,
we on stream.
Flexing with my eyes. Flexing with my eyes. Playing with the devil. Bury with a shovel. When you look at me. When you look at me. Catching up a buzz. Catching up a buzz.
How are y'all doing today?
Yeah, you're playing with the devil. Bury with a shovel. When you look at me.
What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? How are y'all doing today? So, as y'all know, I've been enjoying getting on these lives like this, where it's just we have some dope conversations, we hang out, we chill, we listen to music, we watch some shit sometimes. But as of today, something been on my mind, right? And it came from yesterday's live where we was watching X. And he said something so interesting. He said, study the laws of the universe. He said, study the laws of the universe. And I'm like, damn. So today I get on YouTube. I get to searching for 7 days. So I'm like, let me get to searching. Is it to 7 days? I think so. I get to searching and I'm like, you know what? Let's look at the first law, right? And the first law is the law of mentalism, right? So I'm gonna show y'all the video that I watched today. And honestly, it put a lot of things into perspective. Like, we really be fucking our own lives up. Like, we be the problem. Like, I'm sorry, go figure, haha. But we really be the problem. We think so negatively in our life, and then we be upset when our life reflect what we think about. So I was like, you know what? Like, I said, today is the day where I decide what kind of life I live now. I decide, I put my thoughts in, I'm going, and I've been living like that, honestly, but today was the day where I was like, I'm going to go a little bit harder on it. I'm not going to entertain, like, you're going to understand once I play this video. All right. So tell me what y'all think about this video. Cause I don't know, for me, this video, it kind of really helped your girl. Make sure people don't
Think of a powerful force that can awaken hidden strengths within you, lighting up a path to spiritual growth. Have you noticed how some people move through life easily, always positive and attracting good things? This isn't magic or luck. It's because they understand and use the power of their own minds. And you can discover this power too. The secret of this power is hidden in the concept called the principle of mentalism. This idea, found in ancient Hermetic philosophy, teaches that our thoughts are powerful tools that shape our reality. To uncover this secret, you must first find the truth of universal laws. The universe operates by a set of unchanging laws, and I like to call these laws the truth, because they are constant and unwavering.
Yep.
Our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions are simply reflections of those laws. These laws govern every aspect of existence, and they are not to be ignored or broken. We, along with the universe and what many call God, all stick to these laws. Without them, everything would be extremely chaotic and a mess. Take a moment to observe the world around you, and you'll see clear proof of these fundamental laws. Consider the cycle of day turning into night, only to become day again. Think about how summer transforms into winter, and then seamlessly transitions back into summer. Even in the animal kingdom, you'll find patterns like the instinctive behavior of cats chasing mice. These patterns are the very essence of nature, constant, predictable, and unchanging. Some may even argue that these patterns are the signs of a divine presence, as they believe that God resides in everything and is everything. Imagine a grand...
Watching this made me feel like I'm on a trip. I'm not gonna lie. Watching this made me feel like I'm on some type of...
cosmic symphony, where every note, every beat, and every pause follows a meticulously composed score. These laws are unwavering, much like the law of gravity, which pulls objects toward the center of the Earth. Just as you cannot defy gravity by floating upwards, you cannot escape the influence of these universal laws. Understanding these core principles that govern the universe can unlock a profound power within you. This power can give you access to the cheat sheet towards taking control of your life and achieving anything your heart desires. One of these fundamental principles is mentalism, a concept rooted in Hermetic philosophy. Mentalism offers a simple yet powerful idea. The all is mind and the universe is mental. In simpler words, everything that exists is essentially made up of consciousness, from the vast universe to the smallest particle. This consciousness, often referred to as the all or the one, is believed to be an infinite living mind, This point of view suggests that everything is essentially a result of universal consciousness. Everything that exists is coming into reality from that one mind. It means that our reality is shaped and created more by mental constructs and power than just physical elements. In essence, our thoughts and consciousness can have a significant influence on the world we experience. This also leads to the fascinating idea that our own thoughts have the potential to influence reality, at least to a great extent.
Exactly.
Mentalism doesn't deny the existence of the physical realm, but rather highlights the mental foundation that it is based on. It doesn't ignore the physical reality. It calls for a big transformation in our perception, the way we look at everything. The realization that consciousness isn't just a result of the universe, but the universe itself is a result of consciousness. The way you are experiencing the world is real, but because physical reality is coming from that all-one consciousness, it can change, and you can make it change. Once you know how to put this principle to use, you can choose what happens in your life. The story of Helen Keller is one of the most prominent examples of this principle, who was deaf and blind from a young age. Despite her challenges, she learned to communicate and became a renowned author and lecturer. Helen's story exemplifies the power of thought and determination. Her belief in her own potential allowed her to break through the barriers of her physical limitations. But to find out how to use mentalism, it's crucial to dive deeper into the concept of the interconnected web of the universe. You are not separate from the universe, nor is the universe separate from you. Our consciousness is also part of this interconnected web.
The OA.
We are all fragments of the same universal consciousness. This means that we are all connected to each other and to everything in the universe. We may feel separate from each other and from the universe, but this is simply an illusion. When we realize that we are all connected so closely, we begin to see the world in a whole new light. We start to feel more compassion and empathy for others. We also start to feel a greater connection to nature and to the universe as a whole. Imagine this. You're not a lonely island in the vast sea of the universe. Instead, you're a vital part of it, like a wave in the grand ocean of existence. We may seem different, but we're made of the same cosmic stuff.
Real quick, before we continue to get into this shit, can I get everybody in the chat to say what's up to everybody? I feel like we just be jumping in this shit. We don't say hey, we don't say what's up, how your day was. We just be watching shit, just straight into this shit. So, because we got a good community on here, can I get everybody to just be like, yo, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? What's good, chat? What's up, chat? Like, we got to start addressing each other. What's up, y'all? Everybody on Instagram, everybody on TikTok. What's up, y'all? How you doing? I'm doing good. You know what I'm saying? And then we can go deep into it. I appreciate y'all so much. Vaughn said, how is everyone doing today? Hey from Miami. Okay, I'm straight tapping from Charlotte. That's what I'm talking about. What's up? Daphne said, what's up? Okay. The only 1824 said, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Deep down.
I appreciate y'all so much. I need
What
a round
does
of
this
applause
mean for your
button.
spirit?
Hold on, real quick. Let's get a round of applause button real quick. My instance. We about to download a round of applause button real quick. Round of applause. Hold on, we need a round of applause button real quick. Hold on, we need a clapping. Yeah, that's what we need. Let me download that real quick. All right. We got to download it. Okay.
Spiritual journey. It's like finding a hidden treasure chest within you.
Thank you, Vaughn.
Filled with untapped potential.
Thank you, Elijah.
Now let's get real. Your thoughts are like the magic wand of your life.
Your thoughts
And
are the magic wand of your life.
The ideas are like spells. The magical wand moves,
Happy
and
birthday,
the ideas spell the magic into existence. Think of your mind as a garden. Your thoughts are the seeds, your attention is the sunlight, and your emotions are the water. If you plant seeds of fear, doubt, and negativity, they'll grow like stubborn weeds, crowding out the beautiful flowers of joy, peace, and love. But here's the game changer. If you decide to plant the seeds of positivity, resilience, and empathy, they'll bloom and grow into a breathtaking garden. Not only will it make your life better, but it'll also spread positivity to those around you. How you decide to use this soil and turn it into a beautiful garden or a scary, unpredictable forest is up to you.
We really in control.
Ever heard the saying, "As a man thinketh, so he is"?
Wow.
It's not just words, it's wisdom. Your reality, your life, and your experiences all dance to the tune of the thoughts in your head and the beliefs in your heart. So remember, you're not just a drop in the ocean, you're a part of it.
Facts. What's
And
up,
by
King?
changing your thoughts, you can transform not only your world, but also the world around you. How's that for a fantastic superpower? The power lies within you to choose your thoughts, and in doing so, you have the ability to shape your world. Understand that this transformation isn't instantaneous, nor is it easy. It demands diligence, discipline, and patience. However, the rewards are immeasurable. The path of spiritual growth is a journey of self-discovery, a journey into the depths of your consciousness. Each step on this path brings you even closer to realizing your true nature, your divine essence. Now, you may be wondering, how do I embark on this journey? How can I harness the power of my mind?
Exactly.
The answer is both simple and profound. Through mindfulness and meditation. By being fully present in each moment, by observing your thoughts and emotions without being judgmental, and by cultivating inner stillness amidst external chaos.
That's the thing. How many of y'all can truly watch life happen and not have a judgment? That's something that I noticed I struggle with. Like, I continuously pass judgment on things. I got some Virgo placements. I continuously pass judgment on things. So that's one thing that I noticed when I watched this. I was like, that's what I need to work on for sure.
You can begin to understand the true nature of your mind. You're in the middle of a chaotic storm, but you're standing calm and collected,
Exactly.
like a rock in a turbulent river.
Wow.
How do you do it? It's by simply being there at the moment with no judgments. Imagine your mind is like a movie theatre, and your thoughts and emotions are the movies playing on the big screen. Most of the time, we're like movie critics, passing judgment on every scene.
Yup.
But what if you could just watch the movie? No reviews and no criticisms, witnessing the different parts, learning, observing, finding different angles of the same story without even trying, as if you are flowing in that movie with ease. Now, let's get to the good part. When you're fully present in the here and now, when you observe your thoughts and emotions without the harsh spotlight of judgment, you're like a detective solving the mystery of your own mind. It's like having a superpower.
That mindfulness.
Amidst the chaos of life, you can find an oasis of stillness inside you. It's your own private retreat, a place to escape the noise and connect with the essence of who
I
you
meditate a
are.
lot.
Where you are not trying to control anything. Still, everything is under your control. In this serene place, you uncover the secrets of your mind, like a treasure map leading to self-discovery. You learn what makes you tick, what drives your thoughts, and how your emotions pull the strings. Practicing meditation in your everyday life enables you to have the power of the rock firmly standing amidst the strong waves of the ocean. When you eat, Focus on the flavors, textures, and aromas. As you walk, feel the ground beneath your feet, the wind against your skin, and the rhythm of your heartbeat. When you engage in conversation, listen with intent, respond with compassion, and seek to understand with empathy. Through these seemingly ordinary activities, you can develop an extraordinary level of mindfulness. In this aware state, you realize that you are not a viewer sitting and watching, but an active creator of the unfolding cosmic consciousness or the universe. You understand that every thought you have, every belief you hold, and every emotion you feel are like ripples in the cosmic ocean of consciousness, capable of creating waves of change. Everything is alive, and everything is interconnected. Your thoughts and actions are all part of this intricate web, and you play a vital role. Everything you are doing is changing something, and a part of you is already aware of the incredible change. It's what guides you into those actions. In a time when people often feel separated and believe that they are entirely different from one another, understanding this universal principle can help bring peace, unity, and understanding. It holds the potential to foster peace, harmony, and deep understanding among us all. This knowledge, like a mighty bridge, has the capacity to span the gaps that divide us, bringing us together in a harmonious tapestry of interconnectedness. It lays the foundation for a world where mutual respect and the valuing of each individual flourish. This is where the mentalism starts taking its effect in your life, like a switch being turned on. The Hermetic principle of mentalism is not just an abstract concept. It's a universal truth that carries the potential to unify us into one shared, intricate, and collective consciousness. It's a realization that opens the door to countless opportunities, allowing you not only to fulfill your desires, but also to grow and become an active participant and observer of profound shifts in both your life and the world around you. It would be best if you always remembered, my friend, that the key to spiritual growth resides within you, within the sanctuary of your own mind. The universe isn't something external that merely happens to you. It's internal and unfolds through your very existence. Embrace the principle of mentalism, grasp its wisdom, and integrate it into your life. As you do so, prepare to witness the transformation, not only of your personal reality, but also of the broader collective consciousness. Step into this newfound knowledge with confidence and purpose. Picture your mind as a lush garden, where the seeds of love, hope, and compassion are sown. Nourish them with patience and diligence, and watch as they cultivate a vibrant landscape of joy, peace, and enlightenment. Be the change you wish to see in the world, for your thoughts have the power to shape reality.
Wow. I love shit like that. I love shit like that because, let me tell you why. We need reminders like that in our life. Sometimes we be going through life and we have so much negative shit that's happening to us that we forget that we are the cause of it, or we forget where it comes from. And once you remind yourself, like, hey, like, this is what it is. This is why that's happening. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, where can I find that video? Just look up Law of Mentalism on YouTube. Look up Law of Mentalism on YouTube. Like, I love shit like that because you just need a reminder. You just need a reminder sometimes. And as of lately, Secrets of Synchronicity. Hold on, this one sound cool. Synchronicity.
Have you ever had a month?
Hold on. This one like really piqued my interest. Synchronicity is the coming together of inner and outer events in a way that cannot be explained by cause and effect that is meaningful to you. You know what? I think that right there is my problem. Like, there is an aspect of life that just cannot be explained. And sometimes I feel like I can get so practical that I think everything needs an explanation. But there are just some things that will happen in your life that just cannot be explained. You can't explain it. Carl Jung. That's facts.
Have you ever had a moment when it feels like everything in the universe is aligning just for you?
Yes.
A moment so perfectly coincidental that it leaves you feeling electrified and in awe.
Yes.
Imagine finding yourself at the center of time, caught in a web of synchronicity intricate.
Okay, now check this out. Why everything keeps saying webs? Like, this is something that's been popping up for me lately as a synchronicity. In the last video, it said you are caught in a web, an intricate web of consciousness. Why everything keeps saying webs? Like, I know we're all connected, but now it has me thinking about the meaning of a spider. Like, what is the spiritual meaning of a spider?
That it feels like it was designed with purpose by some unknown force. It's undeniably strange, yet so captivating. Have you ever experienced synchronicity so great that dismissing it as mere coincidence becomes impossible?
Yes.
Imagine this. You're driving down a quiet road, lost in your thoughts, when suddenly a song comes on the radio that you haven't heard in years. The lyrics resonate with you, triggering a flood of memories and emotions. It feels like the universe is speaking to you through the notes and words,
Spider represents
weaving
change?
a mysterious
Wow.
connection between the external world and the inner recesses of your mind. This phenomenon, often brushed
You know what? I can see how spiders represent prosperity because spiders have 8 legs.
aside as mere coincidence, is what Swiss psychologist Carl Jung referred to as synchronicity. It's the subtle dance between the events of the external world and our inner experiences, a cosmic choreography that unfolds in seemingly random but deeply meaningful ways. Unlike the traditional notion of cause and effect relationships, synchronicity suggests that events are meaningfully linked through some principle beyond causality. Jung's theory of synchronicity is an essential component of analytical psychology, of which he is a pioneer. Stick around because in this video, we will delve into the technique of the universe and their impact on individuals' lives. The concept of synchronicity, first introduced by Carl Jung, pertains to the occurrence of 2 or more events seemingly linked by meaning, but not by any obvious causal mechanism. Jung believed that this phenomenon could not be explained by mere chance, and pointed to examples, such as the dream of a scarab beetle being followed by the sudden appearance of a real scarab beetle as evidence of this principle. His theory is an intriguing and thought-provoking concept in the realm of chance and coincidence. In the realm of chance and coincidence, we put 30 spokes together and call it a wheel, but it is on the space where there is nothing that the utility of the wheel depends. We turn clay to make a vessel, but it is on the space where there is nothing that the utility of the vessel depends. Therefore, just as we take advantage of what is, we should recognize the utility of what is not, said Jung. For him, synchronicity was a sign that there was more going on in the world than what we could see with our eyes. He believed that synchronicity was a way for the universe to communicate with us and that it held important clues about our lives and our destiny.
Wow.
Jung's philosophy on synchronicity is one of the most complex and fascinating topics in psychology.
This guy needs some music.
Synchronicity
This guy needs some music.
is all around us. It is the art of meaningful coincidence, a language spoken by the universe. Many of us experience synchronicities by seeing
So that means that the Egyptians was right when they were using symbols. That means that the universe uses numbers and symbols and shapes as its language.
repeating numbers, a facet of numerology in which different
I just said it. That's
sequences
crazy.
of numbers have different meanings and are seen as messages from the metaphysical realm. For example, some numbers might indicate a big change coming, the end of a chapter in your life, or hard work about to pay off. Followers of the Greek philosopher Pythagoras were the earliest known believers in numerology, assigning mystical properties to numbers. They believed that all even numbers were female, odd numbers were male, and the number 4 represented justice. They also considered 10 as the most perfect number and believed that there was a 10th planet, counter-Earth, always concealed from us by the sun. Have you ever seen a special number once, or has the same number been appearing in your life for years? The crucial part is how you understand it.
I understand.
These numbers are all about tuning into your feelings, taking a moment to think about your surroundings and thoughts, and finding your center. It's like the cosmos is a massive symphony, and once in a while, we catch a glimpse of its harmony. These moments can be as subtle as a butterfly landing on your shoulder when you're deep in thought about a life-changing decision. Or they can be vivid, like meeting someone who looks remarkably similar to a long-lost friend. Take déjà vu, for example,
Deja vu be
the
crazy.
eerie feeling that you've experienced a moment before, down to the smallest detail.
Vaughn said counter
It's
Earth.
like a glitch in the matrix, a peek behind the curtain of reality. Synchronicity plays a role here too, suggesting that time might not be as straightforward as it seems.
Duh.
But why does synchronicity happen, and what's its purpose? Some see it as the universe guiding us, like a cosmic GPS, showing us the right path. These meaningful coincidences may act as subtle signposts, indicating we're on the right track or nudging us to reconsider our choices. Think about unexpectedly running into a friend at a coffee shop, someone you were just thinking about moments before. It's more than chance. It's the universe whispering in your ear, reminding you of the interconnectedness of all things.
Exactly.
Synchronicity encourages us to pay attention to these moments, to look beyond the surface of our daily lives and recognize the threads connecting us to something greater. Engaging with synchronicity requires openness to the mysteries of existence. It's an invitation to dance with the unknown, embracing the idea that there might be a hidden order beneath the chaos of our lives. As we tune into these subtle messages, we become active participants in the cosmic conversation, co-creating our reality with the universe. Don't underestimate the power of synchronicity. When you're open to the concept, you'll start noticing it everywhere.
Facts.
Just be patient, stay alert, and the universe will send you some incredible clues. Exploring the relationship between synchronicity and karma, Carl Jung's philosophy offers valuable insights. In Jung's view, the apparent meaningfulness of life is a result of synchronicity, not by accident, but reflecting our personal journey. Synchronistic events strengthen an individual's journey, affirming the law of karma, the idea that all occurrences are linked.
Okay. He kind of lost me a little bit with the karma.
And one act
He kind of lost me just a little bit with the karma. I like them kind of videos. I'm not gonna lie. I like them kind of videos. You know what's a real good palate cleanser when you watching content on YouTube and stuff? A good palate cleanser is like some instrumentals or like some good frequencies. That usually does it, I'm not gonna lie. Or some good like music. I want to show y'all something because I want to show y'all how well this shit really work. I'm gonna show y'all a testimony of the power of what happens when someone completely thinks a different way.
I did the PET scan, came back. The results were already in my inbox and it said 0 hypermetabolic.
This lady healed herself of stage 4 cancer with her mind. This lady, don't this look like a lady that's about her shit? Yep.
activity present in my entire body, which blew me away because
Let's take this back.
I did the PET scan, came back. The results were already in my inbox, and it said 0 hypermetabolic activity present in my entire body, which blew me away because I didn't know that that would be possible in just 2 months' time of doing these meditations.
Wow.
I found a lump in each breast and was diagnosed very quickly with breast cancer, triple positive breast cancer, one kind invasive lobular in the right and a DCIS in the left. Surgery, chemo, radiation were all my options, and they said you need to start it right away. And by the way, you know, this is imperative. You have to go on hormone replacement or hormone blocking, excuse me, and then.
Wow.
But we need more scans. And I've never been a person who's ever done a lot. I mean, I've never done more than an X-ray. I've always, in fact, when I got diagnosed, all my friends and family were like, you're the last person I would think that would get this, because I've always been very health conscious, and to the point where it's ridiculous now that I look back and think of how much I was doing to try to prevent disease. I had to do all these different scans, a CT scan, a biopsy, a liver biopsy.
So here's my thing. If she was doing a lot of shit to prevent, that means her mind was always on getting sick.
See, because after the CT scan, they found it in my liver. And then it was a whole different story. Now it's stage 4, and you have to start chemo now.
Stage 4?
I'm also, you know, going and seeing an integrative doctor, and they're saying, yeah, this is serious. You need to start doing something now. Both camps were very, different in terms of their approach, but I had to just drop in and say, okay, what is it that I feel is best for me? I was scared though, you know, and every time you get a test and every time you...
Some of y'all be scared about your job. Some of y'all be scared about your rent, your bill. This lady's fear that she had to face was literally life or death. She had to she had no choice. She was sick with stage 4 cancer. She had no choice but to get her mind together. And sometimes life has to leave you no choice before you finally jump.
See a doctor, it's like drinking from a fire hose. Like all this information that comes at you, and I just would go to bed so scared and frightened every night, worrying about this. I've been meditating for 20 years. My meditation practice went out the window. I've been following Dr. Joe for over 20 years. I saw him and read all of his books, and you know what I forgot though is that I am the creator of my own life.
See?
So by November of just last year, stage 4 breast cancer, and I surrendered it all. I said, okay, if I'm going to do anything, I know I have to heal it here. And if Source wants me to have chemo, then that's what I'll do. If Source wants me to have surgery, that's what I'll do. And so I just kept finding people in my healthcare team that aligned with me. Wow. The oncologist did not recommend chemotherapy initially. So until 2 months later, when I had the PET scan, which is when they inject your body with radioactive material and see where the cancer is in your body, because cancer eats up all the radioactive material. And it was unfortunately now in my bones, ribs, it was in my back.
Wow.
And
oh my gosh.
I just thought, it doesn't change the game for me. In fact, I didn't tell my family that it had gone into the bones. I was so scared of getting cancer my whole life.
See,
and
that's what it is, the
knew
fear.
I needed to change that fear. So I just started doing the work and just reading as much. Anytime I got health scare information, I had to get information that I knew was going to help change my mind.
So what she's explaining right here is that the moment that some negative shit come into your mind, go find the positive information to overcome that.
Got all my books out and I started reading, you know, You Are the Placebo and Changing the Habit of Being Yourself. And I just started meditating once in a while until that January diagnosed, and I thought, no, I have to get really serious. I remember having a, conversation in one of my meditations with God, and I just said, okay, I just need to know that this is possible. Yes, there are miracles that have happened, but I don't know anyone that this has happened to. I need a modern miracle person in my life to show me that this is possible. Literally the next day, I was scrolling through my YouTube channel, and this beautiful stories of transformation came up, and it was a woman by the name of Monique who shared her journey, and it was very similar to mine in terms of.
If anybody here knows anybody with cancer or sickness or disease, please put them on to Joe Dispenza.
Diagnosis, and she just had this beautiful story about how she decided to do the meditations and really, dedicate herself to them. And she wasn't able to go to a progressive, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to go to one before my next PET scan. So I really needed to listen to how she did it.
Here we go, the change.
I meditated twice a day, 3 times a day, often, and it was changing the habit of being yourself was the one of the meditations, and blessing of the energy centers was the other meditations, and those two were very powerful for me. I remember, in fact, one meditation that helped me to actually connect to that feeling of being healed. Wow. And after that meditation, I just I knew it was going to be okay.
Joe Dispenza. Joe Dispenza, look up okay, let me type it for you, girl.
The PET scan had to be done, and May 19th, I had a PET scan. And that day was a Friday, and I remember going in thinking, you know what, this is already healed, so I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah. Or at least I thought it's already healing. I didn't know if it was going to be completely gone. And I did the PET scan, came back home. The results were already in my inbox, and I didn't look at them. I decided, I don't need this. I'm going on vacation tomorrow. I want to be with my family. I want to enjoy my life, and I'll look at the scan later. So I did a few days later, and I looked on the computer because it was in my inbox, and it said 0 hypermetabolic activity present in my entire body, which blew me away because I didn't know that would be possible.
0? You mean to tell me this lady went from having cancer in her bones, her ribs, to 0?
In just 2 months' time of
2 months
doing these meditations so rigorously and really believing that I could do this.
2 months. What's y'all excuse? 2 months. 2 months. That's crazy. 2 months, y'all. That's how you know, man. We be oh my God, brain cancer?
We are all faced with great opportunities, brilliantly disguised as impossible situations. And that was exactly what it was. Being reminded of that, being taught that that's what it was, isn't something that your doctor's going to give you. 2019, I was diagnosed with brain cancer. It was an anaplastic astrocytoma grade 3.
Oh, that sounds like a lot. Get it. Isocytoma, bitch.
But it was a lot better than a grade 4 because they give you much less time to live. I began with a surgery where they were able to remove 90%. They wanted to do it right away, so there really was no thought process there. It was like, we need to get you under. And then I guess the realization occurred right afterwards when they were recommending chemo and radiation as soon as I could.
That's crazy.
And then understanding that there was no cure was a huge shock of mine. Cancer is not in my family at all, so this was, the first big thing. And it was confusing because I was constantly exercising, being healthy, staying fit. I had just finished my MBA the year before, and somehow they had to remove most of that. Because of its location, it was my left temporal lobe. I was actually awake for most of the surgery, where they were asking me questions to make sure they didn't remove all of my memory, just as much as they could.
Oh my
They
God.
were able to take out 90%, and then to follow was the chemo and radiation. I have to say, I was already against the chemo and radiation. Not that I knew much about it, but I knew that it wasn't going to be good. So I took my time to research and figure out what I could do. But it wasn't until I was introduced to a friend who had the same oncologist as me. She was my age, and she had the same tumor, and she was already almost 5 years in at that point. So it was great to be able to talk to one another and, you know, release our stress and just feel like you're not alone, because automatically when you're diagnosed, nobody around you can relate to you. Everyone's just like, you know, it's okay, like you're gonna be fine, and you know, there's nothing else that we can do, but, you know, just enjoy your life. And shortly after that, her tumor came back, and this is what pushed her into Dr. Joe.
He said, just meditating hard.
She had gone to her very.
But let me tell you, that it's like, we just watched the video talking about the all is mind. There is some type of scientific explanation that happens to the brain, where the brain starts to send healing to the rest of the body wherever there is sickness at. But it takes you to get to a certain point of your meditation to be able to send that type of energy. It's basically like getting outside of the body and getting into like God creator mode. Like, it's crazy.
Very first Dr. Joe event, and she somehow started to dissolve her tumor after her first visit, which was huge. Even our oncologist was like, what's going on? How did you do this? Her chemo wasn't working. They had just stopped giving her the chemo. It was still growing with the chemo. So she was like, okay, we're gonna give you a quick break, and then we're gonna do something else. And once her tumor started to dissolve, she decided that she was going to heal herself.
Whoa.
And that was huge, because then 6 months later, her tumor was gone.
Wow.
And I was like, you know, already practicing my meditation. I hadn't been to Dr. Joe yet, but I knew that that was my solution. That was my next step. And I knew it was going to be many steps. And this is now my fourth Dr. Joe event. But last year around this time, December, I was coming with urgency because I had an MRI a couple months before stating that my tumor seemed to be coming back.
Hold
and
on.
I knew exactly.
Hold on. I'm confused, Noah. What you trying to say? You trying to say that this not real? I mean, clearly he has the scientific reports. He got the data. He done did scans on people's brains before and after the meditation.
Exactly why.
We know the
I
all
was
is
filled with stress.
mind.
I was planning a wedding. I was putting aside my meditation and focusing on myself, or, you know, actually everyone around me, more so than myself, making sure everyone was happy, making sure everything we wanted was there. I didn't have time to meditate as much as I used to. So it was a lot, but I wasn't surprised. So they wanted to go in and, you know, take a piece out to examine it and see exactly what type of tumor it was. Maybe it had increased to a grade 4, they didn't know. And I was like, actually, I'm gonna go to Dr. Joe again. And I'm going to just focus on meditation. I'll let you know when I'm ready. And they're like, no, like, you need to come back as soon as you can. And I was like, no, absolutely not. I know that you won't have any good news for me.
Exactly.
So I went to Dr. Joe a couple months later, scheduled my MRI after, and the tumor had shrunk back to normal. That was huge. It brought tears to my eyes, but I knew that it was going to happen. I knew that that's exactly what I needed. And
this lady shrunk her tumor with her thoughts.
Sure enough,
this how you know what you thought was real is no longer. What you thought, everything you thought about life, you can't even trust that.
My oncologist, who had already known from my friend that this is possible, was like, okay, all right, then we're good. We'll wait another 6 months before we test you again. So since then, I've continued my meditation, and here I am now. I feel like every time I come, I'm learning something new. I'm digesting it better, and I've noticed in my day-to-day that I need to meditate in the morning and then I need to meditate again at night. I need to wake up and remind myself of who I am and who I want to be. And I need to end my day with that same process. And I think it's made a huge difference. There was something that really hit me hard, and that was when the focus was on love, loving yourself, finding love for yourself. It was as if that was something I never thought of before. It's always been to love the ones around you, please the ones around you, but realizing that loving yourself is all that you need was huge to me, because I never thought of that. So that became a big priority, understanding who I was, and accepting that maybe I didn't know if I had a calling before, but I have one now. That was absolutely huge. And then there was one.
She yapping. I'm sorry. She is yapping. I thought she was. Come on, girl. She was like, I got a couple minutes of sunlight. I'm about to, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, I'm thinking you about to. Like, come on, girl. Get it out. Get it out, baby. Get it out. Get it out. I don't know. Something about me, like, what you got to say? What is this? What is this video right here? Near death. Any of y'all ever had a near-death experience? Any of y'all ever had a near-death experience? Why is my computer tripping? What is this? The hidden message. Oh, we already did that. The hidden message of synchronicities. Oh my God. What was y'all near-death experience? Oh my gosh. That's crazy that y'all had that. For real. A few? Girl, it sound like they trying to take you out. What you mean a few? Like car accident type shit? Like what was your... Okay, so look, there's this book I keep hearing about. There's this book I keep hearing about. I'm gonna let y'all... It's called The Master Key System. They keep bringing up this book.
What people want people to know about me? Can I twist that question? Sure. This is what I want people to know. The whole point of the human race and the human mind in itself is evolution. Whether it's evolution spiritually, physically, period. Evolution. The purpose from birth is creation. That's all humans do. Everything around you was created. You were created. That table over there created, this chair created, this mic created, that camera created, that hat created. The whole point of the human race in itself is creation. Before now, when there was at least ideally the belief of two human beings on earth, everything after that was a creation in itself. The whole point is evolution and creation. If you're not evolving, you're doing something wrong. So anything that takes away the power of your mind is keeping you still and delaying your evolution. The whole point of life is evolution. Study your laws of the universe. The law of attraction, the law of abundance, the law of equivalent exchange. Study your laws, the laws of cause and effect, the karmic cycle. Study your laws. Dwell into your mind, meditate. Understand that you can alter your realms by your train of thought. The minute you slow down your thought, you're able to leave your body through astral projection. You're only enslaved if you can't control your mind. So while you can and while you don't have the whole world against you, or you don't have a lot of worries, worry on freeing your mind from this realm. When you can free your mind from this realm, everything is but a thought. And if you can't free your mind, then you're a slave to this realm. The whole goal is you live and then you die. You can die plenty times while you're alive. The ideal physical death is completion. You served your purpose and then you won. There really is no rest for the wicked at all. I can't astral project, so I'm going to teach everybody else to do it, to free their minds and their souls. Or I'm going to, at least, if this is what you want to dwell in, which I don't want to dwell in.
Did he but know it?
Okay, boom. Let's go back.
Infinite life and power. Man possesses, did he but know it, illimitable power. This power is of the spirit, therefore, it is unconquerable. It is not the power of the ordinary life, or finite will.
Nope. Nope. I'm sorry, y'all, if I'm very picky, but the videos, like, the video has to be very flowing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the video gotta flow. The video gotta flow for me to, like, I don't know. It just wasn't flowing for me. He was starting to piss me off a little bit, I ain't gonna lie. But the book is called Master Key System. I'm gonna play this one video for y'all, and I want y'all to really listen to what he's saying. Some people may leave because I play it, but the ones that stick around and hear this video, they're gonna learn something from this video.
On paper. Yes. No other questions, please.
Can you hear this?
And the files all over the place.
Why does it sound like that?
7. Depression in this land. Many of you are too young to remember it, but I am almost now 67. I went through the deep depression back in New York City. I was a dancer, and who would pay a dancer when they couldn't eat?
Nah, that's not it. Neville Goddard, though. Neville Goddard is A1. Neville Goddard is A1. Y'all should definitely listen to Neville Goddard. Neville Goddard is definitely A1. I love how he teaches. He be breaking shit down. Like, he talks about how can you say that you want to go to New York when you're already in New York? That's what I like. He forces you to get into that mindset. Don't tell me about what you want, because if you want it, that means you don't have it. That's where I'm at with it. Yo, what's going on? Why is there so many pedophiles out there, bro? Like, catching pedophiles has become like a new content. Like, it's crazy. Is there that many people out there that's disgusting like that? Is it really that many people that's disgusting out there like that? That's ridiculous. I like this one. The less you seek, the more you attract. What's that about? What you seek is seeking you. This type of video is like it's like a thing.
Wanting positive experience is a negative experience. Accepting negative experience is a positive experience. Imagine that you have set yourself a goal to become a successful entrepreneur. You commit to putting in a significant amount of effort to achieve it. However, this commitment also means that being far from your goal will cause you to experience negative emotions, as you will be acutely aware of the gap between where you are and where you want to be. This gap can have a significant impact on your well-being and self-esteem. This correlates to the wisdom of Epicurus in that if you wish to be rich, do not add to your money, but subtract from your desire. The backwards law is based on the idea that the more you strive for something, the more you'll experience negative outcomes or feel worse than you did before. It seems to contradict the advice we've been given throughout our lives, which is that hard work and effort lead to greater success and happiness. However, the backwards law suggests that there is a limit to how much effort we should put into achieving a goal, and that sometimes we need to take a step back and let things unfold naturally. It's all
if y'all wanted to know why I take a step back, why I was like, let me chill, this was the reason right here.
About balance and recognizing when too much striving can be counterproductive. Alan Wilson Watts, an English writer, theologian, and speaker, is recognized for his extensive contributions in propagating the tenets of Eastern philosophies, including Buddhism, Taoism, and Advaita Vedanta, to the Western world. His works have been instrumental in bridging the gap between the Eastern and Western philosophical traditions and have been widely appreciated for their insightful and thought-provoking nature. One of Watts's most notable observations is indeed the backwards law. Although the backwards law comes directly from Tao Te Ching or Zen Buddhism, Watt takes credit for spreading its principles to the Western audience. Alan simplified it as, the more you try and grab a hold of something, the more it slips through your fingers. This law applies to tapping into the energy flow of our efforts and focus. When we stop trying, we'll get what we want. The idea of the backwards law reminds us to think beyond superficial goals and consider what we really want out of life and why we want it. It encourages us to seek deeper meaning and fulfillment, rather than simply pursuing worldly achievements. Watts states, we don't know what we truly want because we cannot define it. Thus, the backwards law doesn't tell us what we should focus less upon, but instead instructs us to direct our energy to what we truly desire. It pushes us to dissect our goals and desires until we reach an understanding of what makes us want them. The principle of the backwards law is a concept that can aid us in delving deeper into our desires and motivations. It emphasizes the importance of turning our attention inwards and critically examining our innermost.
Everything is telling you the same thing. That's why it's like you can try and ignore what it is, but truth be told, you have to go inside of yourself. But some of y'all, like, I remember X said something like this. He was like, maybe you need to stick yourself in a room for a couple of days or a couple of hours and do nothing. No stimulation, no nothing. And just go inside of your mind. How many of y'all have actually gone inside of your mind and dwelled in there and observed what the fuck is happening for real?
Desires to gain a better understanding of our true needs. This principle encourages us to question why we want something, what we expect to gain from it, and whether it aligns with our core values and beliefs.
Wow.
By doing so, we can identify any discrepancies between our surface-level desires and our deeper needs, which can help us make more informed decisions and lead a more fulfilling life. Firstly, the pursuit of happiness through constant seeking can be counterproductive. It challenges the common belief that happiness is attainable only through the achievement of specific goals. In fact, this perpetual seeking can lead to lower levels of happiness compared to a state of simply letting go and experiencing happiness without any particular motive.
Exactly.
Secondly, anxiety is primarily triggered by our attempts to exert control over our surroundings. This tendency often leads to a disregard for the limitations of our control, and we tend to impose our will on our emotions and external environment. This approach only serves to heighten our anxiety. However, by relinquishing control, we can cultivate self-acceptance and move closer towards attaining peace of mind.
Never thought of it.
Thirdly,
like that.
Wealth is deprived when you remind yourself that you want to be rich.
Wow.
The more you try to be wealthy, the poorer you will feel, regardless of how much money you actually have. True wealth is a mental state. Finally, when we shift our focus from chasing love to self-discovery, we create a conducive environment.
Everything is shifting from external to internal.
For love to flow towards us. Knowing ourselves and our core values helps us identify the specific type of love that best aligns with our needs and desires. Arthur Schopenhauer, a German philosopher, argued that the human tendency to seek more in order to satisfy their desires, while simultaneously perpetuating those desires, is irrational. Schopenhauer believed that humans, like all other entities in the universe, are embodiments of the will to live, or the will. As a result, we desire things because of our innate will to live, which compels us to pursue satisfaction through various means. In the philosophical view of Schopenhauer, the concept of the will is a powerful driving force that is irrational, aimless, and never-ending. This unfettered striving is the cause of all human suffering, and it cannot be alleviated by the pleasures of the world. According to Schopenhauer, we are all plagued by a pathological desire for more than we need, which is fueled by an unrelenting sense of scarcity. This desire is insatiable and can never be fully satisfied, leading to a life of perpetual dissatisfaction and restlessness. Schopenhauer believed that the only way to escape this cycle of suffering is to detach oneself from the will, which he considered to be the ultimate goal of human existence. The human mind perceives a sense of lack when it believes that the present moment is inadequate or incomplete.
Wow.
This feeling of inadequacy
Wow, I need to write that down. The mind is in lack when it, I gotta write this down, y'all, perceives this present moment as inadequate. You know how fucked up you gotta be? Not fucked up, but like, you know how fucked up it is to kind of like, imagine you have a date, right? And then like the person you on a date with is just like they not satisfied with the moment with you. How hurt would you be?
causes individuals to seek comfort in circumstances that they believe will provide greater pleasure. However, upon reaching these situations, individuals often find themselves in the same state of dissatisfaction that they were trying to escape.
Wow.
According to Schopenhauer, thus also every keen pleasure is an error and an illusion, for no attained wish can give lasting satisfaction. To effectively utilize the backwards law, we can sometimes resort to affirmations. However, it's important to note that if the affirmation is not in alignment with your current beliefs, it may not be effective. For instance, repeatedly affirming, "I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire," would be futile if you don't actually believe that you're a millionaire. Your conscious mind will resist this new belief, and it won't penetrate your subconscious, thus failing to bring about the desired outcome. The key to achieving millionaire-level success
The mind is in lack when it perceives the present moment as inadequate.
is to shift your focus away from the monetary outcome and instead concentrate on the process that leads to such success.
Facts.
Rather than fixating on the end goal, it is important to consistently align your actions with the goal and approach each step along the way as a means to achieving it. For instance, if your goal is to attract more clients to your business, every new website, click, potential client call, or query from a potential client should be considered a step towards achieving that goal. Focusing on these small successes helps to condition your subconscious mind for growth and abundance, rather than a fixed mindset of scarcity. The effective alignment of desire and imagination is crucial for achieving optimal results. Often, excessive focus solely on the desire can impede progress. Intense fixation on a future destination may lead to neglecting the use of imagination in visualizing the process required to reach that goal. In instances where there is a desire for something missing from one's life, a challenge arises in believing that such aspirations are attainable through imagination. Distinguishing between wanting and genuinely believing in the possibility of achieving a goal is paramount. To leverage the law of reversed effort successfully, both desires and imagination must be harmoniously synchronized. While diligent effort and perseverance in pursuing one's desires are commendable, the lack of belief or an inability to envision oneself accomplishing the desired outcome may continuously while you are awake provides an illustration involving walking along capability and envisions the process of successfully walking the plank. Consequently, the task is completed effortlessly. Now consider the same plank of wood elevated 20 feet in the air between two walls. The introduction of an element of consequence adds complexity to the task. While the desire to walk along the plank may persist, the imagination may now visualize the potential of falling off and sustaining an injury. In such a situation, challenges may arise because the conscious desire to perform an action contrasts with the imagination and visualization that shape the belief and self-image residing in the subconscious mind, responsible for 95% of our thoughts and actions. We must be present, as emphasized by Buddha. Do not dwell in the past.
Exactly.
Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Anticipatory anxiety is a type of anxiety that occurs when we face situations that are unfamiliar, uncertain, or we are unsure how to handle them, leading to stress and worry about the future. It is a common experience among many of us, and it can be challenging to manage. The anxiety may manifest as physical symptoms, such as sweating, shaking, or increased heart rate. It may also lead to negative thoughts, such as fear, doubt, or insecurity, that can further exacerbate the anxiety. Managing anticipatory anxiety often requires relinquishing conscious control, which can be a daunting task. However, with the right strategies, such as mindfulness, cognitive behavioral therapy, or relaxation techniques, it is possible to overcome anticipatory anxiety and improve our overall mental well-being. To achieve a better balance between conscious and subconscious decision-making, it's helpful to reframe our perspective.
Hold the fuck up. What is this? What the fuck is this? I know I ain't just... Why niggas always gotta make shit sexual? Here she goes. She about to burn the shit down. She about to burn the damn house down. Lord. I was about to go out there. Bro, finger in the earth. Like, we gotta go. Like, no. That's how you know it's time to fucking go. It's time to fucking go. Real quick, while I got everybody here, let me put y'all onto a song real quick. Let me put y'all onto a song real quick. Let me put y'all onto a song real quick. Real quick while we hear music break. Music break.
You make I see when you're with me.
Come on, music break. I need a palate cleanser.
You make I see when you're with me. Bring it all down on the seas in a jet ski. Riding in the town in a Bentley GT. Right if you're with me. Make I see when you're with me.
Y'all heard Vibes Cartel out? I just learned that. I just learned that today. I gotta get into his music.
Walk around in the streets in a Bentley GT. Right if you're with me. Oh, right if you're with me. You can never find someone to try to take my place. It'll never work for you. I can never be replaced. It'll never work for you. I was different anyway. That's why it didn't work for you. No, I gotta go my way.
Listen to this.
But I could be your friend if you're envy. shit with me. Ticket to the high rise, that's where I be.
Come on now.
Is a house on the hills, that's what you say. Take a red pill, open your eyes. See how you feel, is it your time? Open your eyes, look at me right. Checking your mind, does it feel right? Losing your mind, losing your thighs. Hugs from behind, does it feel nice? Can you look to the sky? Can you see in eyes that this is your reflection? Do you recognize? So I call you a star, cause that's what you are.
What?
Sometimes you refuse to acknowledge your truth.
Woo!
But go and be you, go and do you. Follow your road and stay in your truth.
Come on.
You make I see when you're with me.
Woo! Come on, bro. I put messages in the music. There be messages in the music. I'm telling you, it's always messages in the music. I don't play about that. It's always messages in the music. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Oh, we forgot Valentina. This my shit. I love this song so bad. So bad. I love this song so bad.
You remind me of, never mind me of, never mind me of. I see your eyes, I hear your lie. You try to hurt me, oh, just go and let me go. We can go to slow. Don't get emotional. Let's just take it slow.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
You the one I want, you the one I want. You know it's guys, yeah. You're the only one who gets me high. And take a trip to Taiwan and Tokyo, then right back home. Crying, take a trip to Taiwan and Tokyo, then right back home. You could take me right back home.
Yeah. I love that song bad. I love that song so bad. Oh, they got Jungle slowed. This just sound good. It sound hard. It sound hard. See, I don't be able to stay on this shit for too long though. All of this internet, I don't be able to do it for too long. I'm sorry. But there's no, these niggas be on here for like hours. Like if I'm not watching something like really fucking interesting, there's no way I can stay on here for hours. How?
Stevie Nicks, $100 million. Imagine Dragons, $100 million. Lil Wayne, $100 million. Neil Young, $150 million. Bob Dylan, $400 million. I'm not talking about their monthly OnlyFans income. I'm talking about what they got paid to sell their music catalogs to corporate interests. And those numbers may be an all-time high, but the list doesn't end there. RZA, Bruno Mars, Nelly, Taylor Swift, 50 Cent, Drake, Nicki Minaj, Calvin Harris, Shakira, all of these massive artists have either sold their entire music catalogs or seen some of their music catalogs get sold to corporate firms for eye-watering amounts of money. The concept here is pretty simple. A corporation approaches a successful musician in the latter years of their career and offers 10 to 20 years worth of royalties up front in exchange for ownership of their recordings. But who's buying? Why are musicians selling? And what does this mean for the music industry? Let's get into it. This video is brought to you by
No.
in the past year is actually because of the pandemic. Without touring, artists' overall income fell by a lot. After all, the money from album sales and streaming most often goes back to paying the cost of recording those albums in the first place. One extreme example comes from the band U2, who in 2017 made 96% of their income from touring and only 4% from the sale of music. So it makes sense that, considering for all of 2020 there was no realistic date in mind for when artists could expect to tour again, a lot of artists who make their livings touring older songs would be willing to take an advance payout. In fact, this is exactly why David Crosby of the legendary band Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young sold his catalog. In his words, he could no longer work due to COVID, and money from album sales is far lower than it used to be due to streaming services. In a tweet from last year, he wrote that he has a family and a mortgage, and selling his catalog was his only option to get by for the time being until he can tour again. And this dilemma applies to tons of older artists who aren't streaming as much as they used to and usually make most of their money from playing shows. But the reasons to sell your catalog right now don't end with COVID. Another big motivating factor for artists is taxes. You see, the sale of a music catalog isn't going to be taxed as income. Instead, it counts as capital gains, which is taxed much lower than streaming income. Streams and sales can be taxed up to 37%, but capital gains are taxed at 20%. However, President Joe Biden has talked about how he plans to raise capital gains tax to 39.6% for people who earn more than $1 million per year, which a lot of these artists do. Now, taxes probably aren't the main reason artists are selling their catalogs right now, but if you were thinking about doing it in the first place and a big tax increase like this was on the table, you'd probably do it sooner.
You know what I think? I think that with streaming, artists feel like they can just make more. I'm not gonna lie. They probably feel like they can just make more. And I get it. I get it, honestly, I do. The Matrix was a documentary.
As Rich told you, we installed the internet on our computer just a short time ago, and I haven't been able to get the kids off it ever since.
In 15 seconds. Oh, it's getting close. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
That's my
4,
birthday.
3, 2, 1. Happy 1999.
In 1999, The Matrix debuted to commercial and critical success. Seemingly overnight, the film found itself at the bedrock of popular culture, spawning a nearly endless slew of reviews, parodies, breakdowns, and blatant rip-offs. Even 21 years since its release, the film maintains a monumental presence in the action movie genre, while also extending outside the realms of popular culture, finding its content infused with political ideologies and scientific theory.
It would seem to follow that the odds that we're in base reality is 1 in billions.
All of this begs a question. What made The Matrix so special? And how does it manage to stay relevant so many years since its release? Beyond the CGI, action, and technical innovation, there was something bigger The Matrix was hinting at. An emerging influence from the East, our growing dependence on technology, and the fear that coincided with the rise of the internet. For many Americans, the sleek, Jetson-styled future they grew up expecting was beginning to fade away. And in its place, a darker, more dystopian worldview was emerging. The Matrix would manage to marry the tried and true methods of the past to the shifting tide of a new millennium in a way that audiences had never seen. And it was through The Matrix that we would enter the zeitgeist. Before we dive into The Matrix itself, we must first look back on what would influence it. The future was promised to be a place where technology would serve only as convenience, where Earth could be clean, free of waste and worry. And surely one day our technology would take us beyond the rings of our galaxy.
He lost me too. He lost me too. He lost me. He should never did that shit right there. He should never did that shit. He went too far. What do these people be playing? These. What the fuck is this game? What is this game? What the fuck is this? these games be like, these people be playing these games, boy. Like, them games got a strong fan base. I've never heard that game before, but Robert Greene says 5 books you should read to change your life. What you think, Robert Greene? What you saying? What is this? No, what happened to the video? 5 books you should read, Robert Greene.
Here's some books that I've read recently, or within the last 15 years or so, that had a huge impact. And as you know, probably my favorite writer, the one who has stuck with me throughout all of these years, is Friedrich Nietzsche. I fell in love with the books of Nietzsche at a very early age. I believe I must have been 15. I believe it was Thus Spoke Zarathustra, a fantastic book. And a lot of times you have things that you love when you were a kid and they don't date well, and you kind of go, God, what was I thinking? That's really stupid. That's gooey and sentimental, or that's a bad, simple ideas. But not Nietzsche, man. He always stays fresh, alive. It's always an adventure to read him. I always learn something. And one of my favorite books of his is a book that most people never read about, most people have never heard of. It's a book called The Gay Science.
What?
It comes from the French expression the gay savoir, which in the Middle Ages was a form of the gay scientia, learning that was kind of happy learning, that was not this sense of learning that's kind of tight and constricted and boring, but learning about life and excitement and wisdom. And The Gay Science is a fantastic book. And the reason is it's early Nietzsche. Later in life, things sometimes got a little bit obsessive with him. But this is one of his books that he wrote early on. It's the book that has one of his most profound ideas of all time, which is the eternal recurrence, which is related to the concept of amor fati. And amor fati was actually created by Nietzsche himself, the idea, which I and my Holiday have talked a lot about.
Yo, he's a nerd.
So I highly recommend
nerd.
The Gay Science. It's a collection of aphorisms, of short little excerpts. You can pick and choose and read it at your will, but it's a great, great book. Hello, everyone. Today's video is being brought to you by Blinkist. It's an app that allows you to know the most important of human nature and recommend strategy. You know, the other thing I like, obviously, as someone who's interested in strategy, you know, Sun Tzu's Art of War is very important to me. But a book that isn't read as much, although a lot of people have heard of, that I really recommend, is the Book of 5 Rings by Miyamoto Musashi. Perhaps the greatest Japanese samurai warrior who ever lived. Hey, sorry, Mike.
What do you
greatest
say?
Japanese samurai warrior who ever lived. Hey, sorry, my cat.
Downloading the book.
I wrote about him in the 33 Strategies of War. I highly recommend reading those excerpts about him. He was this weird genius. He was like the Mozart of sword fighting. He was very creative. He was very eccentric, very weird. He wrote a book on strategy. And when you read it, at first glance, it looks to be like about swordsmanship. But no, it's not. It's about the shapes, the ideas of strategy in a kind of almost spiritual sense. These are the patterns that go on in life. This is how to have a warrior stance in any kind of encounter that you have, even in business. And in Japan, where he's from, the Book of 5 Rings is required reading for every businessman because it's the masterpiece of strategic learning. So that book is fantastic, and I highly recommend it. Another book. Well,
I'm downloading all these books.
I read a lot of biographies, and some biographies are really boring, and some biographies are really exciting and kind of bring history to another level. And if you want to read about one of the perhaps the most evil person that ever lived in the history of mankind, And evil is fascinating. It's fascinating to all of us, the dark side. That character would be Joseph Stalin. And there's a biography, it's on my shelf, I believe. The author is Boris Berezovsky, but we will confirm that for you, okay? It's a biography that came out, I don't know, 30 years ago or so. And there have been biographies since, but nothing compares to this book. I believe it came out in the late 80s or early 90s when all this new information was just being divulged. It is the most terrifying read you can ever imagine of certainly the most evil, maniacal person who ever lived in the history of mankind. We often think of Hitler. It's hard. You can't compare evil. It's on its own level. And Hitler is up there, obviously. He's certainly perhaps the most evil person. But Stalin is responsible for even more deaths than Hitler when it comes to the great famine that struck Ukraine in the early 1930s and all of the people that he executed and the gulags, etc. He is a monster, but he has a logic to him. He's a real person. He has a history, a biography. You know, and all of it, some of it wasn't so bad. There's a reason behind it. But it is a fascinating one of my favorite biographers.
I like to hear him talk about shit, like books and shit.
Exposing yourself to different cultures, to African literature.
Oh, guys, I gotta go. I gotta go eat. Sorry, guys. I love y'all. I gotta go.